Piki mai take mai. Hara mai koutou ki tēnei hōtaka ko tahi rau whātukau māwha. Ko Vix ahau. E kōrero mai. E manirua ki Tamaki Makaurau Aotearoa, New Zealand. Ia mihi ki te hunga, kua tāmai ki konei, ki te whakarongo, atu, ia ka kōrero, mō tēnei wā mō te kapapiri ana. Nā, e hara, e turu ngā pāni ke roto i te blog i tēnei rangi, engari, ki te kōrero tonu mātou, mō etahi atu kaupapa, e roto i te kapapiri ana. Ia, konei ngā kaupapa, ka kōrero ahau, mō ngā kai whakapāho, mena kei te hehe koe ki te pāho atu ki te ao. Mena kei te hehe koe ki te mahi, tētahi whakaati mōi, ne? O pepeha pia, e rāti mō mea. So, welcome to all, and bit of a coolish kind of night here in Auckland, New Zealand, and it is now 9:30 p.m. and well, 9:37 p.m. rather, and it's interesting, you know, reading on Facebook about TVC, the number of members who use TVC as a platform, who use Facebook as a platform to, you know, to almost advertise the ins and outs of TVC and the ongoing things happening in TVC. And it's almost become a worldwide chat box, I would say, because, you know, a lot of members from around the world can just tap into anything if they are named in a group or part of a membership in a group. And you get all these groups like pop up all at once, and they're all carrying the same message. You only have to tap into one, and it's the same message going right across the board. Now, sometimes I can wake up, or I can turn my computer on, and the minute I turn it on, it's just covered right across my screen, and notifications from all these various groups. So you kind of keep tuned in to countries like India, Bangladesh, Samoa, Western Samoa. Well, I do anyway, and of course New Zealand. You get the odd ones from America, and you get the odd ones from other African countries. Now, I don't know why that is, but maybe it's a timing factor. Maybe we, Kiwis, are awake while all the Bangla brothers are awake, or you know, vice versa. So, it, you know, the TBC word is spread. Whether it's a broadcast or not, it still spreads. Now, I noticed a slight change in the way a lot of members are starting to send the notifications out. And one area that's kind of slowed down is where people used to, members used to use other people's platforms to bounce off information regarding themselves and TVC and their involvement in TVC. But that's kind of changed now. It's kind of changed to where it's a group thing. And which is kind of good because then the groups are probably controlled better. They have more control over their members. And I understand that, members get scrutinized too. If they're not doing what they should be doing, and you can see it all. You can see it all in front of you happening. And of course, others use others as a platform themselves, for various things in TVC. So word gets around quite frequently, I would put it, quite frequently, because if you're friends with members, and like I was always taught, if you get friend with requests, add them. They're in TVC, add them to your list, whether you know them or not. And I thought, okay. So I did that anyway. And, it's worked out. You get the odd ones that I'm not sure why they're in TVC, but they've just followed the sheep. And you get those who don't really know anything about TVC. So you get them as well, asking questions across the board. It's not one group they go to the whole lot if they don't get any answers. This is awesome stuff. Because at the end of it all, someone will start talking to him. Or someone will want them on board. And you see this quite frequently. So, it is a good thing when a lot of countries have more than one group of members that really know where they want to be and want to look after the people that are in the group. Or they bring on board people with knowledge so that if they have questions to ask, they can ask the knowledgeable ones, those they feel have been in TVC a lot longer than they have, or those they think and feel that those members have a lot more information than they do. So that is a good thing. But they've just got to be wary that, all the personal stuff doesn't get out the door. They can do that through the various little messengers. And, so not everyone knows what's happening in the back room, in the boiler room, where it all happens. But I'm for that, I'm for what they're doing. We do it too. We do it amongst, our team. What goes on with the team stays with the team to resolve it. And where we can't, one person goes out and seeks advice. Rather than a whole 100, 200, 300 people going out to ask the same question. So, The group were condoned in the first place. But I see them as a good thing. You know, this is a group that we have in Facebook. And as long as they control, and the people are, you know, controlled as well, all will be fine. And all works out. So, my korero tonight is about broadcasters. Um, because I feel we need more broadcasters. We really do. Especially the side of the world. And we need to groom some more. And need to get, there are a few people that want to do it. They don't know what it occurs. All they know is they sit before the computer screen and start yapping. But I think it's where it stopped for them is the fact that they assume you have to be very knowledgeable about TVC. And to a point you do, you know. People can say, oh, you should start a broadcast as soon as you register. Yes. But I think we've got to be careful with the types to do that. Those who can handle the jangle, those who can handle the critique that goes on, because it does. I mean, I've seen leaders being questioned in a broadcast. And while I feel for the broadcaster, you know, the member involved had a right to ask his questions. It's how we handle the questions that need to be looked at. I mean, we can't go out, we can't feel all, you know, we just can't blast anyone out of the park, put it that way. We need to treat them just like anyone else asking a question. And because if they're persistent, like some do, you know, some don't want to leave the broadcast unless they get the answers. And they get very persistent about what it is, you know, they want to know. And I think that everyone's sort of evading the answering of the question, including the broadcaster. Well, when we get people like that, I reckon we need to address them immediately and find a suitable way to deal with it so that it doesn't hold up your broadcast. Just trying to deal with this one person. Because when you choose a topic, dear to your heart, and you start talking about one particular topic, and someone doesn't see it the way you do, they are going to start asking all the questions under the sun. And it can become quite radical in some things. And it's avoiding the confusion in a way that you have to watch. So, but they shouldn't deter anybody from being a broadcaster. So, you know, my question to everyone that is not a broadcaster yet, climb on board. Climb on board the broadcaster's train. Take that ride down the clickety-clack track and see where it takes you. Before you know it, you'll be having that hunger to want to get on and do a broadcast. Because it becomes that way. It becomes, you become like, almost like a lecturer, where you know you're programmed into your day, every day, or whatever day you choose, and you have that 30-minute spiel or or some longer, but you have that spiel where you've got to do it in 30 minutes at least. And you can. Because there's no excuse for anyone not to be able to talk for 30 minutes. Look, you do it on the phone. No problem. This is no different. The only difference is you can see, well, they can see you. You can't see me. They can see you then. So, let's go to our blog and see what we can find about the broadcasters. Okay. Oh, let's try that. Broadcasters need to keep the message practical at this time. Cookie rewards 100,000, 100 million cookies supplied by admin at no additional charge for every purchase of $100 from a trusted seller. Now this post came out in May 27, 2018. Last year, not too far away, almost a year ago, but we still go back and we still read it. There are only 5 more days left of this redemption period. That's right, because this came out at the end, towards the end of May and the end of redemption. Unless I see the need to extend it. It will give the new members at least 3 whole days to redeem purchases made on the new wallet at tvc009.net. New members are always the lifeblood of any organisation, and we appreciate the new members that join the TVC community during the month of May. And might I add, since, all the current ones, which has been a month full of transition. So as a reward, I will certainly give them all 3 days to confirm the purchases they make or will make, so that they can convert those cookies into TVC coins during this redemption period. So at May 2019, you'll be reading similar to this happening. We have to adjust the form in the transaction verification area of the Credible Cash website to be able to also verify transactions done on the new wallet. I hope it only takes a day to set that up. But the new wallet doesn't have transaction ID included yet. In June, we will build an Explorer so members can search transactions on it, and that is not needed at this time to do transaction verification on the new wallet. The established place to go to get real-time information about TVC in our community is the 24/7 broadcast. We are driving everyone to the broadcast to get answers to non-tech problem-related questions regarding TVC. Broadcasters should be able to answer any how-to type questions and be available to partner up with members that have been abandoned by their TVC sponsors. We call those that have been abandoned orphans. Broadcasters are the highest class of trusted sellers in the community, and members can pay them $50 to verify their transactions if they have become orphans. It's easy to spend a 30-minute live broadcast on the ideology of TVC because we are forging a path away from the enslavement of the current financial system and working towards bringing all of humanity into an age of abundance for all. We are changing the world one new member at a time. The current system was designed to collapse, and anyone that is awake knows this to be true. Without a clear alternative being established, such as TVC, a complete global financial collapse would be devastating to all of humanity. We know the time is short to spread our ideologies, but at this critical time, we need to be even more practical with our messages on broadcast. So, broadcasters, please devote your current broadcast to the how-tos of today. Both orphans and new members alike need to know how to access the cookie rewards during these final days of this redemption period, especially the cookie reward of making a purchase of at least $100 of Kringle, which is now 40 grand. New members need to know that we currently don't have a cap on this reward. If the purchase is over $1,000, then yes, it will involve the TVC commissioner. But that's not a limit. It is just a safeguard against discounting our coins. New members are highly encouraged to maximise the size of their purchases since the reward in TVC coins coming out of the admin wallet are pretty much immediate at this time. The next redemption period is 5 months away. There are two reasons why redemption periods are separated by 5 months apart. The first reason is that the trained promoters of TVC need to have access to strong cash flow to justify the effort they are making in spreading TVC. If the rewards given by admin were always immediate, then new members would have plenty of TVC to use to conduct transactions without the need to partner. The second reason is new members are not likely to have a sound understanding of TVC yet, and without proper training, they may end up doing things that are destructive to our TVC community, putting their personal agendas ahead of the whole community. We have seen this before within our 2 years of existence. Only 50% of the transaction is very generous when you don't know what you're doing yet. People like to take shortcuts, even if those shortcuts result in harming others. This is why partnering is central in our training program. When you promote TVC in the proper fashion, everybody wins and nobody loses. A 5-month apprenticeship is a small thing when you consider that it is an apprenticeship to become a TVC millionaire with the ability to keep 100% of the transactions you do personally. Training new members takes time, and new members should be happy to pay for that training and not expect the masters of TVC to give away their time to teach them free of charge. 2, I will be writing several articles on this point to make it crystal clear. In the meantime, broadcasters, keep focused on the time remaining inside of this redemption period and use it wisely to explain how to navigate our cookie rewards system. Now, okay, I've just got enough time to go here. I just want to go back to this. I don't know if Kay brought it up before, but we are setting up a leaderboard of top recruiters of paid sign-ups this week. That will be within the contest area of Kringle Cash back office, and we will officially start the first Bitcoin contest on March the 18th and pay out on March the 25th, 2019. We currently have 623 qualified full-timers that enter the full-timer database by going into the profile area of Kringle Cash back office and move the status from part-timer to full-timer. If you want to participate in the Bitcoin countries, you must do the same. A full-timer that has sponsored the most paid sign-ups in a week will win 200 grand of Bitcoin and will be recognized in the Send Button meeting that week and receive that Bitcoin live during the Send Button meeting. We are currently growing by 100 to 200 paid sign-ups a day right now. Once we double the speed of growth, we will be able to expand the contest to 2 winners per week. But as we grow, we can keep adding more winners per week, and before you know it, we could have a winner for each language that we do in Send Button meetings. Contests make sponsoring even more exciting. That is interesting. Especially the bit where it says that as we grow, we can keep adding more winners per week. And before you know it, we could have a winner for each language that we do in Send Button meetings. Contests make sponsoring even more exciting. That's interesting, that one. Because I guess it's an extension from having one winner per week and going to 2 winners following, and then going into one from each, it's almost like saying one from each country or language, which it has to be language because you have countries in the Send Button meeting that have 3 languages involved in one country. That's food for thought. So I kind of just heard Key talking about it, and I thought, must go and check this out. Now, they only have 623 qualified full-timers that enter the full-timer database. That's not many when you think about it. It's interesting to know where the 623 come from as well. And I think I saw something else in here. I don't know. I didn't. How many members have we got now, King? How many members have we got now?
Sundry. Follow?
3 million.
Oh, what for where?
Or NTBC.
Oh, you got to go to the dashboard. Hang on. Oh, I mean,
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll bring it up tomorrow. And
3,327,999.
3,227,000.
Yeah.
999. Oh, okay. So another 5,000 to go. So it looks like they're not waiting for the 5,000 to happen.
No, they're going to start off.
They're just going to start off and do the Bitcoin competition, which is awesome. You know, that's really good because it starts, they could be thinking that everyone is hanging off recruiting until it actually starts up. I would think that way too. You know, because you're going to put, let's face it, you're going to put people in now, they're not going to be counted. So you actually want to make them count. So in order to do that, you now have a date, which is March the 18th. So you can now, like I said in my previous broadcast, Now get your pen and paper going and get all your people down and get them sorted, like get them onto getting the email, all the details together. So be ready when March the 18th comes, right? So you now have about a week. Well, you have a week anyway to go before it starts. So my advice is keep at that, you know, keep going on your list or start your list now. It's important that you do if you want to be part of that um, competition and check if you need to be that, remember, before you can do anything. So that is my call for tonight, and is it me? Oh, here? Is it this one here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking, Sister Carol, and Sister Carol, you better be straight after this. I'll be watching your chat line. No, you get some rest, please. And of course, Bill, good to see you again, Brother Bill, and Brother Darren, as always here, and of course my moderator Keith. And so, thank you all for being here again tonight, and wish you a better night tomorrow night, same time, same place, and thank you for sacrificing your time. Rangi Mari, peace. Here you go.